Welcome to Hunter Hunter Theory. Who do you think is the character with the most total amount of Nen aura? I want to consider the total amount of aura, not the combat power. In this video, I would like to share with you the ranking of the characters with the most total amount of aura. Please enjoy to the end. And let us share your opinion in the comments section. 10th. Feitan Porter. 10th place is Feitan, one of the original members of the Phantom Troop. Feitan's special move is Rising Sun against squadron leaders Zazen. Rising Sun used Feitan's Nen ability, Pain Packer. Pain Packer is the ability to transform pain into aura, and the more damage he takes, the more powerful his attack will be. Using this ability, Feitan transformed the pain he took from Zazen into the sun. From this fight, it is clear that Feitan is a strong fighter. In addition, when he activates his ability to conjure a sun that emits so much heat that the other troop members run away, there is no doubt that he has an enormous amount of aura in him. 9th. Uvijin. 9th place is Uvijin, the man who has mastered enhancement. Uvijin was killed by Kurapika's Emperor Time, but as his fight with the Shadow Beasts shows, his combat power is overwhelming. Big Bang Impact has created a huge hole in the ground, although it is just a regular punch infused with Nen. Crollo also rated, Uvijin can beat just about anyone. And Big Bang Impact, which has the destructive force of a small missile. His goal is to hone his punch until it creates a blast equivalent to a nuclear bomb. Uvijin has not only mastered enhancement, but also has an overwhelming total amount of aura. 8th. Xeno Zoldyck. Dragon Dive, a Nen ability that Xeno used when he attacked Chimera Ant, is a powerful skill that deals a fatal shot over a wide area. The reason why Xeno can use such a powerful skill over such a wide area is because he has an enormous total amount of aura. Furthermore, Xeno can extend N up to 300 meters if he really wants to. Xeno is already an old and aged soldier, but like Netero, I wonder how much power and total amount of aura he had in his prime. 7th. Silva Zoldyck. 7th place is Silva, the current head of the Zoldyck family and father of Kirua. Silva's skills showed when he fought with Xeno against Crollo. When Xeno had Crollo cornered, Silva's final shot was a devastating blow. I can't imagine how much Nen put into this move. And this scene in which Silva defeated Chitu of squadron leaders of Chimera Ant in an instant was also an impressive scene that showed Silva's destructive power and the total amount of aura. Silva has not appeared on the scene much yet, but we expect that it will rise in the rankings depending on future battle scenes. 6th. Razor. 6th place is Greed Island's Game Masters, Razor. Razor was playing dodgeball and conjuring 7 players in his team. Despite this, Razor himself was still able to overpower Gon and his teammates. Furthermore, Razor is the Game Masters of Greed Island and is mainly in charge of the emissive systems. He is also in charge of spells for movement and countering external enemies, and it is clear that Razor is using his aura when used spell cards. Spells for movement include Leave, Magnetic Force, and Accompany. Other players must have used them while playing dodgeball. It is clear that Razor must have an enormous total amount of aura to be able to take on strong opponents such as Hisoka and Biscuit with dodgeball while continuing to be in charge of the emissive systems in Greed Island. Top 5. 5th. Neferpito. 5th place is Pito, one of the royal guards. Pito is still impressive for the scene where he cut off one of Kite's arms in an instant. Gon and Kirua could do nothing in the face of his overwhelming power. When encountering Netero, Novu and Morel, Kirua said about Pito, his aura was creepy more than anyone I've ever met. More than my brother or Hisoka. Now that I've learned Nen, I can tell. You guys are powerful, too. And still I don't think you can take him. And Netero, the strongest of hunters, says, that one looks stronger than me. Pito is drawn using N for days and manipulating the puppet for long hours. These episodes would give veracity to the fact that Pito has an enormous total amount of aura. 4th. Kortopi. 4th place is Kortopi of the Phantom Troop. Kortopi is ranked lower than Shizuku and Pakunoda in the troop arm wrestling rankings, and is considered to be the bottom contender in every strength ranking. But not in the total amount of aura. Because he is a tremendous Nen user with the total amount of aura that can create more than 50 buildings, and each of the copied objects has the effect of N. The copied objects is limited to the copies last 24 hours, then vanish, regardless of the object's size, but the N range extends as far as 2,500 meters away. When he created the 50 buildings, he had already created a lot of copies of the stolen auction items. These facts make it clear that his total amount of aura is overwhelming. Kortopi, who was pooped off guard when Hisoka killed him, may have redeemed himself with this ranking. 3rd. Menthuthu Yuppie. 3rd place is Yuppie, one of the royal guards. Knuckles Hakawale quantifies the total amount of aura. A veteran of over 5,000 battles, Knuckle was able to quantify his opponent's power based on his past experiences and instinct. But Yuppie's aura could not see the limit. If it's 10 times more than Morel's, the total amount of Yuppie's aura is 700,000, he estimated. He said, Gon's max potential aura power is about 21,500 aura, so we can see how tremendous the total amount of Yuppie's aura is. His combat power was also overwhelming in the battle. In addition, Yuppie is the only one among the royal guards who is not a human but a mixed with magical beast. There is an expression, perhaps because of this, he cared less about his identity as an individual. But this lack of ego translated to strength, and he was growing more and more during the battle. If he were still alive now, the total amount of his aura would have been even more enormous. 2nd. Isaac Netero. 2nd place is Netero, the former strongest hunter in the world. And the proof of the total amount of Netero's aura is 100 type Guanyin Bodhisattva. There are 4 100 type Guanyin Bodhisattva skills that are mentioned in the work. The first is First Hand, which was first used against Meruem. The second is Third Hand, which attacks by clasping with both hands. The third is 99th Hand, which uses all the palms of 100 type Guanyin Bodhisattva to attack. The fourth is Zero Hand, in which Guanyin appears from behind the enemy and emits all of Netero's aura. These skills were continuously performed against Meruem. There is no doubt that it takes an enormous amount of aura to keep performing attacks that exceed Meruem's speed. If this amount of aura is really half of his prime, it would be interesting to know what he was like in his prime. First, Meruem. Meruem, the king, is number 1 both in the ranking of combat power and in the ranking of the total amount of Nen aura. He is so strong that he could have defended himself against all of Netero's 100 type Guanyin Bodhisattva attacks and would not have been able to defeat anyone if not for Miniature Rose. Even when he was hit by Zero Hand, Netero's special move, he just said, "That was brilliant." The limit of his ability and the total amount of his aura is not seen. The total amount of Meruem's aura after he revived after taking Yuppie and Poof into his body was probably several times more than Netero's. Knuckle, who felt Meruem's aura at that time, said, "This is beyond what any of us can deal with. We're gonna need serious military power at the state level." The total amount of aura that is equivalent to the state level is horrifying just to think about it. We have shared a ranking of the characters with the most amount of Nen aura. In this ranking, we did not include Jing Freaks, Maha Zoldyck, and other characters who might be ranked in the list, but whose aura is not depicted to show that they have the most amount of aura. We would be very happy to hear your other opinions and thoughts about this video in the comments section. Thank you for watching the video till the end. To all Hunter x Hunter fans, let's continue to enjoy Hunter x Hunter together. I will continue to put up more videos, so please click the good button and subscribe to my channel. See you again in the next video. Ciao!